This one's about to be a fun one. I'm better than you. Now, let's break it down because this is personal development, business development. I'm not better than you, okay? So let's not clip that up and put it somewhere, okay? In the eyes of God, we're all the same, no matter if we're a sinner or if we are as devout as possible. We're all his children, okay? In the eyes of God, as human beings, we have inherent value. We're just valuable. But I am better than you in the marketplace. There's a little asterisk in the marketplace, okay? So let's break this down and help you understand it, okay? I have clients that are Fortune 500 companies in leadership positions that get on calls with me, and I break down marketing strategy, branding strategy, and clerical work involved in that so that they can build that into their team systems. Okay. So all I'm doing is sitting there on the phone and talking. I'm just blabbing about the things that I've done that I've actually executed on with proof of building these brands. I'm not even the one doing the work. I'm just telling them how to do it. They're taking the notes down and they're doing it. Okay? So I'm getting paid hundreds of dollars an hour to go do this. And all I'm doing is sitting at my desk here and talking on a call. People pay me to consult them, individuals at the individual level, not at the business level, $100 an hour just to talk to them about the things that I'm a shmee in, a subject matter expert. Okay. So I am better than you in the marketplace because I have made myself valuable by learning skills of value that have merit in the marketplace. I can affect positive change in people's businesses and in people's personal lives and in people's fitness. Okay. I have technical understanding that you don't, that allows me to be more valuable in the marketplace. Now, again, I will say, in the eyes of God, as human beings, we are the same. Okay. No matter what it is that you do for a living, what your financial situation is, how devout or faithless you are, we're the same. It doesn't matter. I don't think I'm better than you. However, I do know that if you are working a 9 to 5 job, you have no ambition, you're not doing anything outside of that with your life to build an empire, to build a business. I do know, not think, I know that I am better than you in the marketplace. Are you seeing what I'm saying? Because I have high valued skills that you don't have. I'm 27 years old, okay? A lot of the people that are in my social circle, the normals, okay? And I'm not to say I'm not normal. I have different priorities. From the age of 20 years old, when I was 18, 19, I was all about the raving, the partying, the living it up for the world, okay? And then I was like, wait a second, no, this isn't taking me the direction of where I want to be going in my life. So I took my early 20s, all of my 20s so far, 70%. I'm 27 years old. I got 3 more years, 2.5 more years, okay? And I took all of them and I invested them. Every single day, I invested every day into being more, doing more, becoming better, learning more skills, implementing those skills, becoming a better businessman, becoming a better brother, becoming a better son, becoming a better follower of Jesus Christ, right? I invested every day and then I executed on that knowledge. So I'm better than you, not as a human being, but in the marketplace. If you don't have the results I have, it's because you don't deserve the results I have because you didn't do that work, right? And by the way, there are other people like my cousin. Love the guy. He's awesome. He is a pilot for a big company. He makes multiple six figures in his job, okay? He is more valuable in the marketplace, right? In a specialized skill set. I can't fly a big jumbo jet. He can because he also invested his time, years and years, a decade, into learning a specialized skill that is high in demand in the marketplace. Are you seeing what I'm saying? Are you catching this? Because this is very simple, okay? If you want to become more and do more and be more valuable in the marketplace, it is as simple as picking what you want to do, which is defining a vision, okay? Define a vision for your life and then do it, okay? It is that simple. Learning it isn't even in there, okay? Because in the doing, you do the learning, right? learning to do the thing before you do the thing isn't the thing. You just start doing the thing at a low level, and then you learn, and then you learn, and then you learn, and then eventually you look back a decade later and you're like, wait a second, like I'm really doing this dang thing. Like, wow. Okay. So are you seeing that? So it actually just comes down to action. Talking about the actions, not the action. Doing the actions, the action. So pick what you want to do and then do it, no matter what it is. And see, there's people that are in the Borg hive mind that are part of the slave consciousness that think that that's not it. You can't do that, okay? You don't have a degree. You don't have a certification in this, so you can't do that, okay? People, I mean, I'm not here to call people out on my platform, but people that are in my immediate circle, I've been told before, you're not a mechanic because you don't have a certificate. You can't be a mechanic yet. I've bought multiple totaled cars, completely totaled from the state, auctioned by an insurance company because they were crashed, totaled, destroyed, deemed not fit for the road. I bought them totaled. I disassembled them. I put on all the new parts. I tested everything. I got them all up 100% working and functioning. I did it multiple times over. How did I do that if I'm not a certified, indublified mechanic? I'm not a mechanic, right? I am a mechanic because here's the thing. Part of the people in the Borg hive mind slave consciousness think that you can only do or be something when you have a certificate or a piece of paper that says you're capable of doing that. Can I tell you something about my life and my process? I was on a full ride honor scholarship studying business management at 19, sleeping through my classes because they weren't teaching me anything because they were so easy and so menial for me because I was a gifted learner. I was a gifted student my whole life. I honestly might be on the spectrum a little bit. I'm like an idiot savant when it comes to math. And they didn't transfer my dual curriculum, dual studies credits. So they put me back from math 400 to math 100 in my first year. And I'm sleeping through class and my teacher's getting mad. And then the teacher would call on me and I'd answer the question without even thinking about it, without having to put work on the board. And then the teacher would get even more mad and saying I'm trying to undermine the teacher in front of the class. And I'm like, no, I just don't belong here. I'm too smart for this. Okay? So I was studying business management on a full ride honor scholarship. Guess what? 3 semesters in, I dropped out. I said, wait 1 second. Let me think about this. I am not being challenged. I'm not learning anything. And by challenged, I mean like challenged to like actually refine my ideas in my mind. I'm not being challenged here. I'm not actually picking up any new information. I'm not paying for anything actually because I have a full ride honor scholarship because I'm smart, so it's fine. But I'm wasting my time, and also I had this one experience, and I'll share it because it's a big one. I felt like I was being dumbed down and doled around at the edges to be turned into a cog to uphold the matrix. Which, by the way, that's exactly what you're doing in college. Okay, I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but it's also the truth. So who cares? I was during 3 jobs, working 3 jobs and in full-time college. And I pulled an all-nighter, wrote this essay for a creative writing class, and I got a 0 on it. And it dropped my grade down into C at the end of the quarter, which would then it would take away my scholarship, my full ride honor scholarship. Gone. Poosh. And so I went during office hours to go talk to the teacher, who, by the way, was part of the honors rep department board. So this teacher knew me personally, had been working with me for over 3 semesters. And before I was even able to interject, he knew I was there and he said, hey, I didn't even read your paper. And I gave you a 0 on the paper because you didn't double space the header. Clearly, you have a problem following instructions. And I was so flabbergasted. I was taken aback, almost like too stunned to speak. I turned around and I left the office. I left the campus. I never went back. I never even put in that I'm dropping out of college. I just stopped going. I was like, okay, this is truly the Matrix. This is designed to turn me into a slave, part of the Borg hive mind, not me. So I dropped out. And you know what I did? By the way, my major that I was studying was business management. You know what I did? I started a business. Can you believe it? I didn't have a fancy piece of paper that said I was capable of running a business, that I was skilled enough, that I had the necessary resources and education to run a business. And I said, why would I get a fancy piece of paper that says you're now able to run a business and you can get hired as a manager for somebody else's business? Yes, you can go run their business. Awesome. Go get a job in a leadership role. Nope. I just decided I don't need any of that. That's stupid. So I'm going to start my own business. And guess what? Within 2 years, I turned $3,500 into almost $400,000 of gross revenue. What? That can't happen. That's impossible because I don't have a certificate to say that I'm able to be a business person. It doesn't make sense. It's part of the Borg hive mind. You've been indoctrinated to believe that you need some sort of certificate to be something. You don't. You don't. Guess what? I have almost just shy of 800,000 followers across 3 different brands online. Guess what? In 2018, when I started posting content, people were like, you're never going to be successful in social media, man. You just stop, dude. It's so cringy, man. Stop posting online. It's weird. Like, you'll never make money doing that. Guess what? That's not true. You were a hater and a liar. You didn't know. I don't judge you for it. I don't blame you for it. You just didn't know, right? You thought that it was just impossible because you were indoctrinated into believing that. Okay? So that's where we're at, right? It's like, it's so sad that people think this. Like, I believe I'm a mechanic, and I've also been paid for mechanic services now at this point without certificates because it doesn't matter. Because unless you're going into a specialized trade like being a doctor, a lawyer, a airline pilot, okay, you don't need any of this stuff. Okay, what are you going to do with a communications degree? Nothing. Nothing. The average dropout rate is over 50%. Less than 50% of people that enroll in college actually graduate. And then out of the people that do graduate, more than 60% of them do not get a job in the field of their degree or that required that degree. Can you believe it? The statistics are so abysmal that it's like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just actually define a vision, what you want to do? I want to do this. I want to do that, and then figure it out. Take the first step, take the second step, keep taking steps until you figure it out, because that is actually what it means to be successful. And I feel really bad. I really do, because there's a lot of you that you're my age watching this. You've known me for almost a decade, and you are in a menial existence, working a job that you're required to work in order to be able to sustain your bills. You don't like the job. You're falling into, a doozy mentally and energetically because you really are not loving your life because you were sold a bill of goods. You've got student loan debt that you're trying to pay off for a degree that you don't use at your job that you never needed and you didn't really enjoy and you didn't really intend to plan to use it because you weren't passionate about it. Now you have a job you hate and you're stuck in the financial matrix because you're trying to pay your bills every month. And at the end of the month, at the end of the money, you still got month left, right? That's the majority of Americans. I feel so bad for you. You got duped. Satan got you. I woke up early and I decided, no, I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to find a way to make it happen in the marketplace. I don't care if it's hard. I don't care if I go through tribulations and trials. It doesn't matter because I'm going to be so filled with gratitude, joy, and abundance because I'm living in my purpose and I'm doing whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it, that it doesn't even matter if it's more difficult than the predetermined paved path. I'm paving my own path, and that makes me more valuable in the marketplace. Okay? How many times, random people that are watching this, the percentage of you is probably very low, but I was flown out to the other side of the country, paid multiple 4 figures, put in a 4-star resort for several days, and given VIP backstage access to a conference, as well as being put on a slot to be put on the stage to speak and present on the things that I was working on and building. Free promo. Actually, negative promo because I was paid to do it, right? That is because I am valuable. And I want this to be abundantly clear because, yes, the title's clickbaity, okay? I'm better than you. I don't think I'm better than you. One more time. I want to clarify, in the eyes of God, we're all the same. I don't think I'm better than you. I just think I might have higher income paying skills and understandings of things, and that's why I get paid more in the marketplace. But that doesn't make me better than you, because actually here's the kicker. Here's really wrapping it, squaring it all up, okay? The kicker is you listening right now, if you're in the position where you are in that financial matrix, you're living check to check, you're stuck in a job you don't really love, but you have to pay your bills, so you have to do it anyways, right? And that's sort of energetically soul sucking you. And you're using drugs, alcohol, friends, hanging out, vibing out on the weekends as an escapism from your reality because, oh, it's going to be Monday soon, right? If that is you and you don't have anything going outside of the 9 to 5, like a 5 to 9, to build a side hustle into a full time, full fledged business that will allow you to escape that financial matrix, just know this, okay? You can get out of that with discipline and with technical understanding and by raising your belief level, breaking the limiting beliefs. Just like in the Matrix, you have to unlearn everything that you think you know so that you can actually relearn the real stuff. All of society in the world from when we were children was filling us with propaganda and lies, not how the real world actually works. And if you are in that situation, you bought the bill of goods. You were sold. The wool was pulled right over your eyes. I am so sorry for you. I really am. Not only do I feel bad, I have empathy, and that's why I'm here providing this value, because I actually have the keys, given that I did the process. I've been there, I've done that. I'm ahead of you in my process and in my journey, right? We're still equal as human beings and as individuals, but I am more valuable in the marketplace because I've learned things that you haven't learned. I have the keys to help you escape that reality. Now, that being said, it is very difficult. It will probably be the most difficult thing you've ever done in your life to go from slave ship to actually going to full abundance and freedom through the things that you love, through your passions, through your hobbies, and through business escapades that you enjoy. Okay? It's not going to be easy. I've been doing it 8 years. It's a long-term game. Most of these wandering generalities, these people that don't have definite aim for their life, they're thinking and viewing life in days or weekends, okay? Meaningful specifics, people with definiteness of purpose, and they're going after a dream and a vision and a goal. We're playing in decades. Decades. I am totally okay. It's not going to happen this way, but if for the next 10 years I continue to do what I'm doing at my current rate of scale, just sustainability, not sheer crazy FU money, full abundance where I can go rent a private jet, rent a Lamborghini, get a Lamborghini, do whatever I want all the time, give some homeless person $10,000, right? I'm not at that point in my process. And if I was here just at just self-sustainability, just making it happen off the baseline, I got a little bit of cash after the money, a little bit for investments on the back end. If that's where I was for the next decade, I'd be filled. I'd be happy with that because I'm not in slave ship. I am not forced to do anything that I don't want to do on a daily basis. Nobody tells me anything. Okay? I don't have to answer the phone to a boss that says, hey, you need to be at work. Why are you 15 minutes late? You're going to be fired. I'm going to write you up. No, no. I fired my bosses. I said, no, 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 no. I'm of too much value. I have too much merit, too much alacrity, and I can become too much for you to be my boss. I am of more value to the marketplace than you. So I won't work here. And never turned around. From 20 years old, 19 actually, never had another job, never needed one. Because guess what? It's actually crazy what'll happen. You break past this fear barrier, right? I went skydiving, right? Good analogy. Went skydiving and it was a little intimidating, kind of scary. I'm going up and up and up. Will Smith talks about this, but this is my personal experience, okay? It was crazy. And I started thinking about it as I'm strapped to this random Russian guy because, the first time you got to go tandem. And as we started getting close to the drop point, I started to get a little, my palms started to sweat. Okay. And they threw that door open, and I kicked my feet out, and I'm holding. You're not allowed to, you're not allowed to hold. You got to hold right here on your vest so that you don't grab the plane, right? And I look down, my feet are dangling off, and I look down at the earth all the way down there. And I had fear for a second, but then before I even jumped, I actually had this massive realization before I jumped. And I was like, wait, this is like tried and true. This is tested. This is fine. I'm going to be fine. This is about to be a majestic experience. All I have to do is go. It's going to be, this is kind of intimidating and scary to look down here, but I just have to jump and fly, just like the Matrix, right? And an interesting thing that will happen, right? I had a wonderful time, by the way. It was beautiful, smiling ear to ear, crying tears of joy because it was that beautiful. But and then when I got down, my heart's pumping, adrenaline go like crazy, man. Skydiving's awesome. If you haven't done it, you should do it, right? Not like a advertisement, but just like it's a great opportunity. But anyways, when you take the risk on yourself and you jump, okay, you'll make it. Isn't that crazy? You're not gonna die. You will, even if you don't have all the keys, you don't have it all figured out, you'll make it on the way down and you'll figure it out. Okay? And if you're struggling to figure it out, someone will come into your reality to actually help you with the things that are your shortcomings, to help you unlock in the areas that are necessary. Isn't that crazy? This is not ooh woo fairy stuff. This is legit. Okay? You can't fail. Literally, failure is not even real. What do you mean by fail, right? The business flops. I filed bankruptcy. I filed bankruptcy. Oh, I failed. It's over. No, it's not. You, that was in 2022, early 2022. Actually, technically, the filing date was in 2021, but I filed bankruptcy. So I failed, right? It's game over? Nope. Nope. In fact, it was just like Monopoly, man. You just keep going. It's failure doesn't exist, right? Everything goes kerfluffle. You become homeless. Like in the worst possible scenarios you can paint up in your mind. Ultimately, the failure is letting Satan get a foothold in your mind and weaving in negative ideologies into the tapestry of your mind. That's the failure. But if you become homeless, you're destitute, you file bankruptcy, everything's failed, you have no capital, no cash flow, but you still have knowledge and you're still willfully grateful to wake up every day and you're like, hey, I'm going to achieve this. I've got a positive attitude. You didn't fail. You didn't fail. In fact, that's honestly very powerful. And maybe then you vlog about that and you build up your personal brand about going from business mogul to homeless. And then all of a sudden, real quick, you'd be amazed at how quick, back up to not being homeless, back up to being a successful entrepreneur and mogul. And imagine the story you'll tell, right? Imagine it. Think about it. There is no failure if you don't quit, if you don't stop going after it. So to be scared of failure doesn't make any sense. It doesn't actually make any sense at all. Have faith, not faith in fear. We're off tangent. We've gone way off tangent here, but I'm just having fun with it. Actually, another thing I want to talk about on this one, this episode is I'm Better Than You, and it's talking about, being valuable in the marketplace and learning high income skills, building an entrepreneurial venture and becoming more than you are now today, right? And that's great. But this is the 6th episode, and I just want to say, right? If you've listened to this far and you're actually listening to the pod, one, I love you. Thank you for the support. It means the world to me. Like this is a new thing, new escapade that I'm building, that I'm passionate about, that I want to do. And I've already had identity level change, which we're going to make a podcast about soon. Success requires identity level change, but I've had identity level change. I'm a podcaster now. Like this podcast's not going anywhere, regardless of which, whether I get viewers or not. I'm doing this podcast. I really enjoy this. I get into a state of flow. Like I'm just vibing out, talking about things I'm passionate about by myself in my room here, in my office/room, you know? And I'm a podcaster now. Like just like that. I started 4 days ago. and I'm not slowing down anytime soon. I plan to have 100 episodes by the end of the year, which on several days, I have to do more than one episode a day, and I can't miss a single day for the rest of the year, all of quarter three. Isn't that crazy? And I'm going to do it. Watch. I'm going to do it. It's, I've had identity level change already because I know you can tell when you find something, when you spring upon diamonds, when you hit gold, you know. And I know this is my thing, and I'm good at it. I'm good at video. I'm good at voice. I'm good at showing up and explaining the things in my mind, and I really enjoy it. And I've already been featured on many podcasts before, and I knew actually, I really did know prior to starting this that hey, I need to start a podcast. That's why it was on my plans for the beginning of 2024, and now we're closing in on Q4, and now I'm just getting started. So, and there's another valuable piece tidbit in there, right? Like it's never too late, and just because you procrastinated and don't beat yourself up about it, right? The foothold for the devil. Don't let the devil come into your mind and tell you, yeah, you see, you're not worth it. You can't make it because you didn't start already. So you're not already doing it. So you failed. So you might as well just give up and try again on January 1st, right? No. No, it's never too late. And if you continue to keep a positive mind space, keep it clear, keep it breezy, you keep moving. And I'm just very excited. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And literally, again, like the whole philosophy of input focus versus output focused. If for the next decade I make podcasts and nobody ever watches them, I, I'm totally chilling, just vibing here, talking about these principles and these ideas that come into my mind. I'm going to talk about this for a couple of minutes. Whatever. I don't necessarily need results, worldly results. I'm just happy to put this out there. So, I love you guys. See ya.